It finally came!
Merch! I love it. Hold on, where is it? It's right here. To get your own. Go there.
It should be in the description below as well.
I think I added it. It should be there.
Perfect.
If not, I'll tweet something about it at some point. But anywho, welcome to The Cup, the currently unnamed podcast where we put the tea in reality usually, but you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay. Gay, we're drinking water because I am incredibly dehydrated today. Because being sick will do that to you. Even though I've been doing nothing but putting fluids in my body. And by fluids, I mean water and Gatorade. And caffeine, because that's been necessary. But regardless, whatever.
And I am Anissa Long, also known as CMDMV, also known as Sam de Monteverde, your fellow friendly 5'3" trans non-binary Filipino Canadian mentally unstable hot mess hailing all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Scrubby if you want to be specific, Warburton if you want to be more specific than that. And today in my lovely The Cup mug, description, link is in the description below, and also you saw it pop up a few seconds ago. Today we have a white chocolate mocha from Starbucks. Mainly because we have white chocolate creamer, like the actual white chocolate mocha creamer from Starbucks.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Actually, it's
so
the
good.
white chocolate mocha was my first ever Starbucks drink.
I think it might have been mine too. No, actually, that's a lie. Because my original drink from when I was like a kid was a passion tea lemonade with raspberry. That was like my go-to order for years. And then I started drinking coffee.
Raspberry.
Anyway, we have made our way to the land of the ice. We finally got around to reviewing the Icelandic songs the day before the first semifinal happened. But you know what? We're doing it. It's happening. So we are talking about Söngvakeppnin. I still can't get the pronunciation right, and we don't have our resident Icelandic friend here to correct our pronunciation this year. So, oops.
We're gonna try and remember some of these phonetic pronunciations.
I'm not even gonna try the Icelandic names this year. Not even gonna try.
I meant for at least the song titles.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was like, I'm not even gonna try. Not even gonna consider it at all. So we've got Söngvakeppnin. We have 10 artists that are going to be competing. This is always one of my favorite selections because they do things a little bit differently. So we have 2 semifinals of 5 happening this weekend at the time of release and next weekend, with the final happening the weekend after on one of the days. March 4th, the other big, day.
Oh, March 4th.
March 4th. So yes. So we got 2 semifinals of 5. In the semifinals, the artists are required to sing their submitted song in Icelandic. And then if they are to qualify for the final, they can then choose whether to sing their song in either English or Icelandic. If they chose to do that, we have one act that did not submit an English version of their song, and we'll talk about it. From there, in the semifinals, I believe if it's the same format as last year, then the semifinals are going to be 100% televoting. And then in the final, the first round of the final is 50-50 jury and televote, and the super final is 100% televote. So I don't think we have any specific information on this year's, but going off of what last year and the last few years, I assume that's probably what we are going to get for the contest. So yeah, shall we dive in?
Let's get into it.
Woo. So we're going to go by semifinal, and we do have a running order, so that'll be lovely and wonderful. So with that being said, we are starting with Bragi. The song is Sometimes the World's Against You.
I did not know we had a running order yet. Okay.
We have a running order.
Thank you. That is not how I listen to these songs. Well, we'll talk about it anyways.
Oh, good.
So, I'm going to say it was a nominee. Logan, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Okay. Okay. He's got a solid voice, don't get me wrong. There's just so much that is put on. I feel like there's a bit too much put onto his voice though, in terms of like production wise.
Okay.
Okay. I like the quicker pace of the second verse. I feel like it's one of those kind of similar like what I said similarly to Adol with Masterpiece, where he would have to hit these like high notes live, because those are some solid notes that he's hitting. He's belting out too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just missing a punch for me.
Oh, see, I really enjoy this song. It's very Eurovision, and I think that's what I like about it. He's got a strong tone. It's a really lovely upbeat ballad. I love the way that the chorus is sung. It did give me very Masterpiece sort of vibes. I will say I do prefer the English version of the song. I think we listened to both of the versions for all the songs. I think the Icelandic version is good. I think the English version actually packs a bit more punch in the chorus. And I do wish there was a bit of a like rising moment towards the end, but I think the punch in the chorus gives it that for me, to where I wasn't really all that upset about it. Yeah, I really enjoy the song.
Yeah. I also prefer the singing in English. I also want to preface by saying, like, before I mention like any like the language I kind of prefer these songs in. For me, I just want to what factors in it for me is kind of vowel placement as well. Mm-hmm. Certain notes sound better sung, I guess, with certain vowels.
You can tell which songs of these were written in English and translated to Icelandic, and you can tell which songs were written in Icelandic and translated to English.
Right.
Like, there are a lot of examples in here where it's very obvious what language it was written in. For me, at least. Yeah, I really enjoy this song. I like it.
It's not bad.
Sure. We're going to move next to Moa with Lose the Stream.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's
not bad.
I would say she has one of the most unique tones we've heard this year.
I'll agree with that.
That I really enjoyed. You know, it's gonna come down to the live performance.
Yeah.
How her voice stands up to, the years. She is a woman of a certain age. I wrote that this sounds like it could be in a Disney movie in the best possible way.
Oh, sure.
Like it feels like the villain's redemption song almost.
Yeah, it is giving very like kind of Ursula kind of depth kind of
That's
feel.
Where I went for sure.
Because that's kind of one of the, again, I've mentioned this a bunch of times during this Road to Liverpool series, but I am a huge sucker for excuse me, sorry. Ironically, that was also another Icelandic song.
Good.
Where was I? Yes, basically, sucker for contralto. Love to hear it. Her low notes are great.
Yeah, it's really gonna end up like, how is her live vocal? I mean, I don't think necessarily they maybe would have put her through to this point out of however many entries they had if she didn't have a solid
vocal.
I will say I like both versions of the song. I do prefer the English version personally.
I personally prefer the Icelandic version. I don't know.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I found it a little bit more impactful. I mean, that might also just be because I understand English and I don't understand Icelandic, but I thought both versions were good.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like overall it's gonna fade amongst all the other songs.
Sure. We're gonna move next to Benedikt with Brave Face.
I really like this.
I want to. My biggest issue is just I think the percussion parts in the verses are really cool, and I really like the verses.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like when you get to the first chorus, it feels like the energy level drops by like 50%.
Sure.
And like the second chorus, I really like the way that the energy builds there. But the first chorus kind of just throws me off a lot. I'm like, I don't understand this like sudden drop in tempo.
Right.
Also, what was that twinkling sound that's in the chorus? It's in like every YouTube video ever. I'm like, did we steal royalty free instrumental things? I'm like, I said this sounds like it could come from a kids' TV show.
Sure.
Like I'm putting on my brave face. Like that's what it feels like for me, and I mean no disrespect in that. It's just not my favorite.
No, that's totally fair. I think really what makes me like the song is his tone. I really enjoy his tone. The vibe of it is nice. My personal favorite part was the bridge. Overall, he's got some nice runs. I enjoy the melodies of the chorus. Excuse me. And just overall, I wish he had showed more range because it felt very kind of in the box in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt a bit too comfortable, if you will.
Okay. Yeah. I actually also I prefer this in Icelandic.
I also prefer this in Icelandic.
Lovely. Wonderful. Let's move to Celebs with Doomsday dancing.
It's interesting.
That's a word to describe it.
I feel like that's the best way for me to describe it.
It's not for me.
Sure. It's not for me either, but there's still things I like about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly the female vocals.
Okay, sure.
I really like the female vocals because it kind of gave me almost along the lines of this Canadian band called Metric. I'm not sure if they made it down to America. I guess not. Okay. Well, yeah. No, it kind of gave me a bit of like Emily Haynes, who's the lead singer of that band.
Okay.
Also, I noticed a very common trend across all of these national selections. There's always got to be at least one song that has the 80s synth. And so...
Is that the theme of this year? Like, it feels like it.
It feels like it. Because I'm like, okay, I put very 80s synth revival era.
Yeah.
I would love to hear this live. I think this would be a lot better live than like a recording kind of thing.
I think I would agree, mostly because the audio mixing sounds like it's come from GarageBand. If I'm being real
Yes.
honest, like
I'll
the
agree with that.
audio mixing, like just completely throws this off for me. I find in many places that the three vocals don't blend together and they kind of step over each other.
Yeah.
And I hated the key change.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. It didn't add to the song. In fact, I think it made the song a little bit worse. Yeah, not for me.
Sure.
And last up in semifinal 1 is going to be Diljá with the song Power.
Power. Okay, wait.
That is power.
She has a beautiful voice.
A great fucking song.
Yeah. A lot of vocal ability right off the bat too. Within the first verse and chorus, we got to hear like basically all of her vocal ability, which I really love. Like it's like, you know, show us what you're capable of, and kind of throughout the song work with it in a way. And you can tell she's putting absolutely everything into these vocals.
Oh yeah.
I think for me, it's just the music throws it off a bit. The music throws me off a bit.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I had very mixed feelings towards kind of the percussion of it all.
Oh, okay. I enjoyed it. But I understand.
Yeah. Like it felt like two different ideas. I thought I feel like if it was a bit more like if the music was more on like the contemporary feel in a way, similar to like Bridges in a way by Alika.
Yeah.
Maybe I would like it a lot better. But
okay.
I think this will be like my pick for like perfectly solid.
Okay. Yeah, I really, really enjoy this song. She co-wrote it, so clearly there's a lot of like personal meaning to it. It sounds very Eurovision, and again, that's probably why I enjoy it so much. Like it's just that kind of sound. I think she's gonna win if the live vocal is on point and she hits everything she needs to. I think she'll win, and if she doesn't, then she won't. Like that's kind of it's one of those songs. I actually think this is a song that would benefit a lot from a blend of both English and Icelandic lyrics.
Sure.
I think like an Icelandic verse with an English chorus, I think would be a really fun mix. I don't know if Icelandic entries have done that in the past. I don't really remember an Icelandic entry that blended the languages necessarily.
The last example I can think of is Turn This Around from last year.
Sure. And I think they ended up just singing in English, wasn't it?
There was they sang the choruses definitely were in English, but
the rapping was
in both versions. There's one rapper or two of them actually, that rap in Icelandic in both versions.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think a blend of the two would be lovely. But I really enjoy the song. Moving on to semifinal 2, first up in the running order is Kristín Sesselja with Terrified.
I'm a huge fan of this.
Me too. I love this.
Her voice is amazing. Her low notes are crisp. When I heard the first chorus, I was like, okay, come through with this falsetto high note. Amazing tone. I could easily see this on a Eurovision stage.
Yes.
This would translate very well. I love the songwriting too. In both languages.
Like it's interesting that you discuss the songwriting, dearest Anissa. So, this song was actually co-written by one of our faves from this year, who I personally think was robbed. And that's Tirol Iceland from Norway.
Break it, right?
Break it, yeah.
Oh, that was such a good song too.
Yeah.
You know, it actually shows. Actually,
Mhm.
you know what? I do get a similar feeling.
Yeah, I do, right? Like it's a very similar sort of feeling. This actually gave me a little bit of Is It True?
Sure.
Like it gave me that sort of vibe. She's got a very she would be in the same universe as Johanna. Like it gave me that vibe. I really enjoy it.
I think it's great in both languages too.
I
Like
do.
I would
Agree.
not be able to decide like which language I would prefer.
I think I would want it in English
I
or
think I would
something
want it in,
similar to Silja, maybe a blend of the two.
I could see this having a blend as well.
Yeah. I wrote that it's a powerful but recognizable song.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've all kind of probably had an experience of feeling like this. But she has written this song and performs it in such a way that it feels newer and unique.
Absolutely.
If she can hit the notes, she'll win. And if she doesn't hit the notes, she's not going to win. Like, and I really hope it's the former because I'm a really big fan of the song.
I'm also hoping it's the former because I am also a huge fan of the song.
Yeah. Let's move to Langi, Seli, and Skuggarnir. Again, I'm so sorry to the people of Iceland. The song is okay. This is the only song that is only in Icelandic. So they will be singing in Icelandic if they make it to the final as well. Don't think they're going to, but you know, they could.
Yeah, I don't think it'll win, but I still really like this. I don't know. Okay, it's up my alley.
It is.
Like I think that's really why I like it. It almost gave me kind of, there was a song from Portugal last year. Oh, the Latin Minute or something like that.
Sure.
Where are my notes? There you go. Okay. So I really like the vibe. I enjoy it's insanely in pocket for me. The vocals are alright. I enjoy all the harmonies. It just doesn't go a lot of places. That's really the thing for me. It felt repetitive. It didn't feel like there was enough substance there.
Now, okay. Here's my thing. Why are you going to have a song that's 2 minutes and 50 something seconds long and you open with a 45-second instrumental and then proceed
in my notes too,
you have another 30-second instrumental in the middle of the song? Why?
You know what? I guess that's kind of where I was like, oh, it needs more substance. That's because there wasn't anything to begin with.
There's literally a minute and a half of vocals.
So quite literally, like half of the song is vocals, the other half is instrumental. Yeah, I totally forgot to put that in my notes because this did have a 40-minute intro. 40-second intro, excuse me.
No, sorry. Next. Moving to Silja Rós Kjalar with Together We Grow.
I think this song is actually kind of cool. I think the song's really cool.
I enjoy it. I think it's beautifully arranged. Both vocals are really unique and they sound great together and separately. I just find the song itself to be, I don't want to say boring because it's not, but I find it to be a little tepid, I guess is the right word.
Sure.
It stays in a very beautiful place, but it kind of stays in that, it gives me, oh Lord, I think it was a duet from Slovenia from a couple years ago.
All In?
No, that represented.
Oh.
It may not have been. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, Sebi from Slovenia from 2019. Zala Kral and Gaspar Santil. It's a very niche Eurovision song. They got what, 15th, I think? Yeah, 15th. It reminds me of that song because it kind of gives that vibe, and the vocals sound really, really, really good together. It just doesn't do a whole lot of things for me, but I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this arrangement as well. I like the vibe. I like both of their voices. It took me a bit to get used to kind of them singing together because their voices are so unique. But once they started getting to like the harmonies of it all, that's when I really started enjoying it. I love especially the harmonies that the guy does. They're not your typical harmonies. I put parallel. I don't know if that's the correct term. I would have to ask my brother for that. But yeah. I think my favorite part is there was a moment where it's just staccato, where it's just the staccato female voices in harmony. And I was like, oh, that kind of hits. It's super in sync. I think the chorus is very interesting as well. Like it gave me very like the song as a whole gave me very like ethereal vibes. I also prefer this in Icelandic.
I think I do too. Both versions are good, but I think I don't know. Yeah, both versions are good.
Both versions are great. Yeah.
We're gonna move next to Úlfar. The song is Impossible. I enjoy it.
But also, this is gonna be the part of the show.
Oh no! Are you really?
I am. Yeah, this is gonna be the part of the show where I crown this my perfectly inoffensive. Okay. It gave me the similar feeling to what Bragi kind of gave me. And that's why I was like, oh, those two kind of give me perfectly inoffensive. Because my mind immediately went to I Am What I Am. In terms of the songwriting, at least in English. And in terms of like kind of message and all that.
I went to completely different places. I understand the I Am What I Am. My mind went to both Together, Ryan O'Shaughnessy.
Sure.
And You Let Me Walk Alone, Michael Schulte.
Interesting.
I know. Like it's an interesting, and I don't mean that as a combination. I just those were two places I went immediately, kind of like musically more like Michael Schulte and lyrically more like Ryan O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah. Okay.
I love this song. It does give a bit I Am What I Am, but I don't know. There's just something about it that I find really lovely.
I will agree with that. I do like this better than I Am What I Am. His voice is amazing. He's got amazing range. His tone's super clean. There was a high belt. There was a belt he does, which he holds for a decent amount, and I thought that was held very nicely. If he can do it live, that'll be a powerful moment. It's just missing a punch for me.
Sure. Yeah, I think blah, blah, blah. I think it's got a decent punch towards the end. It picks up really nicely in the final chorus. I understand what you mean, but yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. With that being said, I think
Yeah.
we do have one more song.
We do have one more song. Sigga Rós, Dancing Lonely.
I love this.
It's really good.
Trying to look for my. There we are. Okay. So, amazing vibe. She's got an amazing voice. I love the music in this. It almost gave me a similar feeling to I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Sure.
Yeah. In terms of kind of the funk of it all, and the key change doesn't help either because it's the exact same key change in I Want to Dance with Somebody. I felt like that part actually could have been more impactful because it did feel a bit messy. Although when I listened to it in English, it was better. That key change did sound better. And I did prefer this song in English. What I also really like, there's some small like seconds throughout the song where you get to hear like just pops of like high falsetto, almost like a whistle note kind of thing, and I thought that was really cool. I wish we get to hear a couple of that live as well.
Yeah. It gives me, I don't know. Not my alarm going off.
Ooh.
It gives me, I'm not sure if you're gonna know this reference. It gives me Edsilla Twombly, who represented Netherlands years ago.
Sesselja?
Yeah.
I know who Sesselja is.
Yeah, it gave me a similar vibe to her.
Okay.
Oh boy, what was the song? Himmelinard. It gave me a little bit of that vibe. I really like it. I think it's a good song.
I think this is great.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan. Well, we've come to the point in our program where we must give out points.
Points.
I'll have you start.
Sure. I'm just looking through one last time, seeing if there's anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, I'm happy with my points. So, my 1 point, unfortunately, and I'm super sorry, is going to be going to Moa. With
Oh no!
I did prefer this in Icelandic, so
okay. My 1 point is going to go to Celebs.
Sure.
Yeah.
My 2 points are going to be going to Celebs in English.
I didn't really make the distinction. I know you did. I didn't. I just too much work. My 2 points are going to go to okay.
Sure. My 3 points are going to be going to Sometimes the World's Against You.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. My 3 points are going to go to Brave Face.
Ah, okay. My 4 points, and I forgot to change that to a 4.
Oh, good.
Go to Impossible.
Our lists are so different.
Oh yeah.
Okay. My 4 points go to Moa.
Sure. Yeah. My 5 points are gonna be going to okay.
And my 5 points are going to go to Together We Grow.
Wow. Okay. My 6 points are gonna be going to Þora.
Okay. My 6 points are going to go to Sometimes the World's Against You.
The world got me going crazy, and I know. My 7 points will be going to Lifandi, inni, maður.
Same.
Huh?
Same.
Same.
Wait.
Whoa, Logan.
No, it's not. I'm tired. Sorry. I don't know what's happening. My 7 points go to Sigga.
Great. My 8 points will be going to styð, þína, braut. I'm gonna hope I really want to try with these.
Okay. My 8 points go to impossible.
There it is. Okay. My 10 points will be going to dancing lonely.
My 10 points go to power.
And we have the same 12 points, looks like. My 12 points will be going to terrified.
Same.
Woo. We matched eventually.
I mean, sure. Well, we're almost done with National Selection season, thank goodness. So subscribe for all of our further Eurovision content. Yeah, do it. All the things that already occur. And yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Turn this around. Turn this around. Turn this around. Turn this around. Hey, turn this